All right, let's get into this list. Massive recruiting list. I mean, there's like 20 of the 32 commits, and then like 27 recruits I mean, it's a lot. So I'll kind of read through this quickly just so you guys can all hear it. I'm not going to divulge on a ton just because it's a lot of names. But of the 2026 committed class, you got Jonas Williams, quarterback, Kenai Pepe, offensive lineman, Mark Bowman, who we just talked about, Tamahuni Tapui. I mean, I keep saying Tapui might as well just live on campus already. The dude's there like every week, which I love. I mean, he just seems so fired up to be a USC Trojan. It's crazy to think he was committed to Oregon at one point. Like, he just seems like a USC lifer. Dude lives on campus already. Booby Feaster going to be there. That's big time. Braden Jones, who is one of the earliest commits of this class, going to be there. Brandon Lockhart, one of the having a great season for Sierra Canyon. I mean, he's a guy I think that's been underrated when you see how his senior season's going right now. And, he's still a top 10 corner in the class. I think he could be top 3. Dude, is this corner class USC has, especially if you think of RJ Sermons was originally part of this class with Elbert Hill and Brandon Lockhart and some of the other lower ranked guys, Madden Riordan, go down. I mean, it's a talented corner class, which obviously, as we see, USC needs to keep stacking that depth at the corner position. Trent Mosley, wide receiver out of Santa Margarita, is going to be there. Easton Tuffa, lineman out of Utah, will be there. Running back Sean Alston, who's having a monster year in the state of Ohio, will be there. Linebacker Sean Scott, wide receiver Luke Weaver, and wide receiver Tron Baker. And then you get offensive lineman Cannon Smith and Brett Colajay. Brett Colajay is killing it this year too with IMG. Him and Kenai Pepe, obviously teammates. Colajay is he's a body mover. When you think of people, which I don't agree with, but people calling USC soft, and I'm taking out the Illinois game, obviously that they did look soft in that game, but I don't think this is a soft team. Brett Colajay is like the anti-soft. Like, he will make that offensive line anything but soft. The dude just eats people. Like, he's a big size person, but he's not like as massive as some of these other offensive linemen, but he plays like he's bigger than he even is. So he's one of my favorite commits in this class, and just his leadership skills, his ability to play center or guard. So he'll be there. 3-star cornerback Peyton Dyer. He had a fantastic game. I think USC Trojans gave him like the defensive player of the week. They've been assigning these for their recruiting class. I think he had like a really nice punt return. So he's having a nice season. Another underrated recruit. Andrew Williams, edge, will be there. Joshua Holland, another corner, will be there. Offensive lineman Chase Denise will be there. Vlad Diakonov will be there, which is great. He's been the one name that people are like, if anyone does flip, is he the one? Because it was kind of thought he would go where Ryder Lyons goes, his high school quarterback. But I think as of now, everything looks great. He's having a nice season up north at Folsom. Another quarterback, Madden Riordan, also having a fantastic season with Sierra Canyon. I think he is underranked, should not be a 3-star. Dude's a 4-star, in my opinion. Probably, people might think I'm being biased, but I think he's a fantastic player. And finally, offensive lineman John Fafita will be there as well. So, I mean, 80% of the 2026 class coming to town, baby. So that is great how fired up these kids are. And I think that's going to do absolute wonders, showing them in this atmosphere, sellout crowd, 4:30 kick at the Collie against Michigan. I mean, a beautiful Big Ten game. I think this is going to become one of the new good rivalries in the Big Ten between Michigan and USC. All right, let's look at the 2027 class. Tons of kids going. Right. And this is a class that I have to get more up to speed on, guys. So I'm continuing to do research and learn about these players. So I won't be able to provide a ton of insight. This is, Tom Loy of 24/7 Sports kind of put out this list. So shout out to Tom Loy and shout out to 24/7 Sports. So this is kind of based on their rankings, but intel of who's coming. And then I've heard some confirmations from people I've talked to as well. Zyron Forstall, 5-star edge rusher. He goes to IMG Academy. So he's obviously younger, but he's teammates with Kenai Pepe, teammates with Brett Colajay. I do think that helps, right? When you have teammates committed to a school, they're going to get you fired up when you go visit with those teammates. I think that's a good recruiting tactic. We talked about it during the official visits in the spring about how tactical Chad Bowden was in the visitors coming for the OVs, but also how they combine them and certain ways. Like Luke Wafel, for instance, he came with all commits. It was him. He was the only uncommitted guy, and then 9 other 2026 commits. That was intentional. Absolutely. So visits like this feel very intentional. Obviously, it helps with the high school schedule as well. So number 9 overall player in the cycle, number 3 edge rusher in the country, Zyron Forstall. You know, Coach Henney and Sean Nua are going to be hot on this guy. I think that's a big one. San Diego safety, I believe he's teammates with Chase Denise. I believe they're at the same school, obviously both from San Diego, but I probably messed the name up. Honor Falaleve Johnson. He's the number 1 safety in the country. So you figure you can pair him with the potential commitment of the crystal ball Khalil Terry. You got 2 pretty solid safeties in this class right off the bat. Number 20 overall player. Defensive lineman at Sierra Canyon. Obviously, we know the connection that USC and Sierra Canyon is growing. Cassie Curry, number 22 overall recruit in the country, and the number 2 defensive lineman overall, 6'5", 315, as a junior right now. Can you imagine? When I was a junior, I'm still small, but I think I was like playing varsity football at 5'5", like 140. Imagine being 6'5", 315 as a junior. Another cornerback, Duve Williams from Junipero Cerro. He's another that I just feel is like a USC locked. He's been super highly recruited by USC. He's had nothing but fantastic things to say at USC. He's visited a bunch. So I feel like barring anything crazy, he will be a USC commit, in my opinion. Number 41 overall player, number 7 cornerback overall. Keep him home, local. He'll be at the Collie this Saturday. Cornerback, Aaron Washington. Receiver, Quentin Hale. So far, these are all Cali kids. Another big one, modern day cornerback, Danny Lang. I think this is one that his recruitment has ramped up with USC. He can play safety or corner, has that versatility. Number 57 overall player in the country, number 9 at his position. Another IMG player, receiver, Osani Gales. Then we get to Chicago, Mount Carmel, linebacker, Roman, Igwabuki, I think. I'll work on that. 6'3", 220. Great size for a linebacker. Again, a junior. Number 6 linebacker overall. Back to Cali. Bosco cornerback, Jalen Hill. Was it Belk that was at the Bosco game this weekend? I want to say it was Doug Belk. I think was at the Bosco game watching Joshua Holland, but also getting some good conversation, hopefully, with Jalen Hill, who will be at the Collie now. Another Bosco player, safety, Izala Asa Wiliava, number 21 safety in the country. So another person or another player Belk was able to connect with, hopefully. At Inglewood's, starting to pump out some good players as well. And Elijah Harmon, I believe, has visited already, been to a game. He'll be back. 6'3", 280 defensive lineman, 25th ranked defensive lineman. Stop me if I'm going crazy fast here, but we're just reading names. Olu. I love seeing Olu competitive, by the way. I know they've ended up now dropping a couple, but it's great seeing Olu, competing in that Trinity League. Lucas Roa, 6'5", 305. Big body, 3-star offensive lineman. Arizona, Michael Davis. Got a cornerback, 3-star cornerback. From Oceanside, 3-star offensive lineman, Lincoln Mageo. From Centennial, love me some public school talent. Centennial, 3-star safety, Jaden Walk Green. So another safety. We get another linebacker here from Oxnard, Isaiah Phelps, 6'1", 200. Great size for a backer. Eli Woodard also has visited to a game before. I believe, was he at the Michigan State game or the Georgia Southern game? He's at one of those from Temecula. So he'll be back. From Grayson, great Georgia powerhouse, 3-star defensive lineman Waylon Wooten. From Mission Viejo, they're having a nice season as well. The Diablos, Amaziah Ciali, I believe he has visited also. I'll have to double check on that. Offensive lineman And then finally, from the 2027 class out of the state of Ohio, great city of Youngstown, edge rusher Dominic Letlow, 6'4", 230. Currently unranked, but one of these kind of hidden gen guys, I think, that does have some talent. And then from the 28 class, you got quarterback Donald Tarbin. He's the number 5 quarterback in the country. From San Diego, Gage Weddle, who's registered as an athlete, so can kind of play in different spots. Edge rusher Elijah Tua, 3-star receiver Roy Oliver III, and finally 3-star cornerback Karan Williams. Whew. So loaded amount of recruits going to be at the Collie this weekend against Michigan. So, I mean, absolutely incredible job from Chad Bowden and his staff. And if USC, which throughout the week now, we'll talk more previewing this game of Michigan, but if USC does what I think they're capable of, is healthier, is at home, bounces back, and wins a Big Ten bout with the 15th ranked Wolverines in front of all these recruits in that atmosphere, 4:30 kick. I mean, it's going to be a good day in the recruiting ranks, as well as obviously with this current team. So yeah, loaded day. Love to see it.